welcome to Gambit Guide, and today we continue with the Goring Gambit part 2, and I would like to start from the game played by fourth world champion Alexander Alokhin in his Odessa match against Boris Verlinsky, which started with e4, e5, d4, e takes d4, c3. So this is just another opportunity for just different moves order, but we get in the same position after d takes c3, knight takes c3, knight c6, and knight f3. So reaching the classical situation in the Goring Gambit. d6, bishop c4, and here black played knight f6. So I would say this is one of the main lines in the opening we studied. So black is just intending to complete his development by playing bishop e7 and then short castling, then develop his light square bishop, after which it's quite unclear what for white is having the compensation here for the sacrificed pawn. So when you have the development advantage, it's absolutely necessary to play very aggressive and to find the targets in position of your opponent. So right now, f7 is the most obvious and the best target for white pieces, since white is having bishop already looking to f7, and the queen b3 is the most natural, just building the strong battery. At the same time, f7, and black is also has to look at b7 pawn in many variations. Why queen b3 is much better than knight g5? Because knight g5 always could be met by knight e5, attacking the bishop, and now after bishop goes, black would start attacking white's knight on g5 by playing h6, so sending away the knight, and the game becomes very, very unclear. I mean, unclear how white is going to find here some initiative for his sacrificed pawn. So that's why queen b3 is most precise moves order. So in that case, black cannot counterattack with knight a5. After bishop takes f7, king e7, and queen a4, king takes f7 and queen takes a5. Despite the fact white lost his light square bishop, black's king lost the castling rights, and white is having very good initiative in the center. So white is just simply going to castle short side and e4, e5. Black's king stuck still on f7, so need just time for black to complete his development. It leaves black only two opportunities to protect the pawn on f7. So black can play queen e7 or queen d7. So let's start with queen e7. So this move was tested in the game which Alokhin played in 1943 during the Second World War. After castling short side, so what is intended just bishop g5 and then knight d5 in very tough situation. On knight a5 we always have queen b5 check, attacking the knight, and black has to move knight c6 back, of course, allowing white to gain his development advantage after, let's say, bishop g5. So black played knight d7, but in that case, after knight d5, try to counterattack with knight c5. Queen c3, queen d8, and bishop g5. White is just having great initiative for just one sacrifice pawn. Since, let's say, move like f6, let's do only to the biggest problem. So white just can sack bishop, let's say bishop takes and knight takes f6, and just without checking any more lines, we just simply can play queen d5 and just to collect the rook on h8. So the game is over. So after bishop g5, queen d7, Alokhin developed his attack with b4, knight e6, bishop h4, after which still it's very unclear how black is going to develop his dark square bishop. So white is also intending b4, b5. So game continued. Knight c to d8.